Focus. Ideate. Innovate. Enable. CNBC-TV18 and Hindustan Unilever Limited present Lessons in Marketing Excellence, Season 14.
Hello and a very warm welcome to a brand new session of Lessons in Marketing Excellence L.I.M.E. I am so thrilled to be sharing the room with India's youngest talent, students with the sharpest acumen in marketing and the driving force to bring the best to the table. You are deemed to be the smartest brains in India. Give yourselves a round of applause, please. Let's go right to the HUL headquarters and dive into an exciting chat with Sanjeev Mehta, CEO and Managing Director, Hindustan Unilever Limited and President, Unilever South Asia, and Shireen Pan, Managing Editor of CNBC-TV18.
It's great to be back here and speak with you in person, Sanjeev. Always a pleasure. But as we were walking up on stage, I decided to ask Sanjeev, I said, where did you go to college? And he said, I'm an unusual one because I'm a chartered accountant by training and then happened to fall into the world of FMCG and marketing. Let's start with that story. Very, very unusual one.
My route to the CEO's role has been a bit different. So I'm a chartered accountant by training, and this is my second job. My first job was with Union Carbide. But very early in life, I decided that I want to be a businessman and not an archetype accountant. So even in Union Carbide, I'd moved to sales and marketing. And that is a route I've been taking in my life, preparing myself to be a CEO. And when I was commercial director in Bangladesh, I was at a juncture where my business group president offered me the job of being the chairman of the company. This is 21 years back. And I was very clear. I have been training myself to be a businessman, so I opted to become the chairman of Unilever in Bangladesh. And for the last 21 years, I have now been running businesses in different parts of the world.
I want to talk about investing in people because what HUL is also known for, along with many of your timeless brands, is the fact that it's the CEO factory, at least it's been the CEO factory for the Indian ecosystem, for the Indian entrepreneurial ecosystem. What do you believe enables that culture? And what do you do today to ensure that you retain that culture?
CEO's job is the best job in the world. I can tell you that. And something which we are very proud of is the tag that we are a CEO factory. And not just in India, but in India and abroad. Last count we did, we had more than 400 CXOs who proudly wear a badge trained by Hindustan Unilever. And this is a service we do to India Inc. and to the nation as well, that we breed great managers who go on occupy big positions. And if you look around, it's not just the traditional companies, but new age companies. Yeah, whether it is Amazon, whether it is Flipkart, whether it is Nykaa, whether it is Airtel, they are full of HUL people. And the reasons are many. First, it starts with having a great employer brand. And great employer brand, there's a lot of work which Anu and the team do in building the brand. But at the core is, everyone wants to join a winning organization. You don't want to join an organization which is not winning, right? The second one is, you want to join an organization where there is a very clear implicit contract that, hey guys, you look after the business and we will look after you. We will develop you. We will invest in you, we will take risk with you, and we will make you a better person than who you are. So we get the best, and then we make them better. And the kind of training we give them, at a very young age, we have brand managers who are given responsibility of managing budgets running into hundreds of crores. That's the kind of risk we do. The kind of training we do is, we give them, there are very few marketeers who have not worked in sales, and very few senior sales managers who have not worked in marketing. So we round you up to become good business managers. And then we have a very clear process of hand-holding when they join, anchoring them with senior leaders who invest in them. Then as they go up, the way we kind of monitor their development, the kind of training and development we give, the kind of challenging roles we give for them, the kind of planning we do for them, that's something very unique. And many times people ask me that, as a CEO, what's your role? And I say that my role is around 3 axes. One is performance management. That's very critical. Second is building distinctive capabilities which are hard to replicate, like the entire reimagine HUL. And the third is people, talent, and succession planning. Just before coming here, Anu and I, what were we discussing? We were discussing our young talent, and we were discussing the succession plans. That's the kind of importance we do. And that is the reason we are able to nurture great talent.
And what is also at this point in time a raging debate online, nationally, and globally is what's happening in the workforce. And I think it's been exacerbated on account of the pandemic, hybrid models, work from home, flexi hours, and so on and so forth. And now this whole business of work-life balance. A CEO wrote a LinkedIn post which he believes, I had a conversation with him yesterday, and he says people didn't take away the nuance. His point was that in the first 5 years of your career, work as hard as you possibly can, because that builds the foundation for a career, and a career has to be treated as a marathon and not as a sprint. And so the first 5 years, invest all you have in building the foundations of a great career. Now, he was trolled, he was panned, saying there is no work-life balance, what are you talking about, are you trying to employ slaves and so on and so forth. But I want to understand from you, because your perspective on this, and really because this is a young audience who is going to be starting their careers, their journeys. How did you treat this, and how do you treat this today?
Sure. Yeah, like I said, now I've been a CEO for 21 years, and when I get up in the morning, I get up pretty early, and I get up with the same kind of enthusiasm, and I look forward to starting my day with the same amount of zeal that I did when it was my first day as the CEO, because I love my work. And when you love your work, you do it with passion, and you work for an organization where the purpose and values are in sync with your own purpose and values, then work is fun. It's not a chore. So the question of work-life balance doesn't arise. Work-life balance, I'll tell you the best way of looking at it is, you have to earn work-life balance. Yeah? When you develop your skills, that same quantum of job, you can do it in a much shorter time. So you don't have to sit in. The culture of, if my boss is sitting, I have to sit in office, and if my peers are sitting, I have to sit in office, are long gone. Today, we are least bothered when a person comes to work and when he goes home, so long as they deliver what they're promised to do. We don't even have a dress code. If you wear a t-shirt and jeans and come to office every day, that's perfect. We want you to be comfortable in your skin, but we want you to bring your best self to work.
How do you ensure that high-performing brands stay relevant and stay relevant in a market that is so fast-changing?
Sure. Creating a timeless brand takes a huge amount of effort. I think first important bit is that the purpose, the very purpose of business exists to meet societal needs. So the brand has to be relevant from a perspective of meeting societal needs. The second important bit is it has to be contemporary. It can't be a fuddy-duddy brand in a new age. So people, the new generation, should be able to relate to it. And it should be a brand which should be able to traverse the heart and mind of consumers. Yeah. Business is a force for good, and so is a brand. So brand, in today's context, for instance, if you look at our country, if it has to be made timeless, it has to meet the needs, so I would call it that it has to have product superiority. Second is, we are living in a developing world. And while the pricing is relative and not absolute, it should be able to connote value in the minds of consumers. And the third very important axis is sustainability. Yeah? If a brand has superior functionality, has a pricing which in the minds of consumers creates value, and is on the path of sustainability, it will definitely be loved and lapped by the consumers. That's how you make a timeless brand. So innovations have to play a very big part. Is your communication has to be very contemporary, and very importantly, what the brand stands for, never get away from that. A brand can't be everything for everyone. But what it stands for, it should stand with glory.
Mm-hmm. And that's an important aspect that you bring up, because as you said that a brand cannot be something for everyone, and a brand that stands the test of time and stands the test of the market usually are distinct, and as they say, profit is in the niches. But since you're looking now at adjacencies, and that brings us to the question of brand extensions as well, and what is the peril of extending a brand, what are the challenges, but what are also the opportunities, and what should you be mindful of?
Certainly. I'll give some examples which will basically, in many ways, I would be talking about, just to make home a point, I would be stretching the imagination a bit. Take Surf Excel. Yeah? It's our largest brand, and it's on a journey to becoming our first billion-dollar brand. It's a fabulous journey it is on.
When do you get to the billion mark?
We'll celebrate. And look at Surf Excel. It is in a bar format. Yeah, if you want to rub your clothes. And if you want to go in for a solution wash, yeah, you have Surf Excel powders. If you have a machine at home, you have a Surf Excel Matic. And if you are a more evolved consumer, and much more conscious about your clothes, you may want to use the liquids. So you have Surf Excel liquids. And then if you were to look at things like pods and capsules, Surf Excel will be there. Yeah, so these are very clear formats where you will be extending Surf Excel, which started from bars and powders, to other formats. But if you were to stretch your imagination and ask, it's all about cleaning, right? So if I can clean clothes, can I use Surf Excel as a shampoo, cleaning hair? No, it won't work. Yeah, so that's where people trip and fall, thinking that you have a brand, it's doing well, so you can extend it to any area. No. You extend it, which is logical, and the extension should not only borrow from the core, but it should build the core. That's where it will add value, otherwise you will trip and fall. So when it comes to brand extensions, we don't take this decision very lightly. This is a decision with board conversation. And we are very circumspect because we want to strengthen the brand, and we are never flippant about it. There are times when you create a master brand, but master brand also should have an architecture where it can carry different products within its portfolio.
Well, Sanjeev Mehta, always a pleasure. Thank you very, very much for joining us today and being so candid, forthright, and
always a
open in your
pleasure.
Conversation.
Thank you, Sanjeev. Thank you, Shireen, for that insightful conversation. On that note, let's take a quick break. And on the other side of the break, we bring to you L.I.M.E Season 14 finale. Stay tuned to know which team bagged the coveted 10 lakhs grand prize out of the 21,000 students that registered.
CNBC-TV18 and Hindustan Unilever Limited present Lessons in Marketing Excellence, Season 14. CNBC-TV18 and Hindustan Unilever Limited present Lessons in Marketing Excellence, Season 14.
Welcome back. You're watching Lessons in Marketing Excellence Season 14 finale. Let me welcome on stage Aditya Kasyap, Home Care India Home and Hygiene Head HUL, who has been the brains behind the theme this year. Over to you, Aditya.
The theme this year is on integrating brands into the gaming community and gaming as what's almost very quickly becoming not just a pastime, but a serious form of engagement for people across the country. Right? As HUL, we genuinely believe and we walk the talk in terms of wanting to be at the forefront of marketing, and therefore the choice of gaming and how we integrate really large, big Unilever brands into gaming was the sole theme and the backbone of L.I.M.E. The way that we split L.I.M.E. this year is we had 22,000 people, like I said earlier, talking to us on how they can integrate benefits of brands into gaming. We had on the second round semi-finalists really speaking to us about how you can effect purchase and really walk the talk and show the money when it comes to integrating brands with gaming. And today, as a part of the finals, we really have the teams really talk about purpose and how do you live and bring alive a brand purpose through an integration with gaming. Without further ado, all the best to the participants in the finals, and may the best team win. Thank you so much, and over to you, Mukta.
Let me get the ball rolling and invite our first team on stage. Team 3 marketeers from Indian School of Business. And your time starts now.
Let's talk about India's most loved detergent brand, Surf Excel. With its childhood-focused approach and with its far-reaching impact, Surf Excel is resilient to all sorts of gaming imitation. Moving on, our target product is liquid detergents. The reason for choosing this is the rapidly increasing number of washing machine users in India, whom we want to move up the value chain from powders to liquids. Our target audience is basically India's rapidly growing middle and upper income households with distinctive features like affordability for premium quality fabric and expensive clothes, and a premium laundry product to fulfill all their needs at once.
Now moving on to our gaming integration, we have added 2 new features in the form of Miss Excel and Mud Puddles. Miss Excel represents everyday superheroes who enable others to navigate through life. We have also introduced a new challenge in the form of Mud Puddles. When Jake falls in mud puddle, clothes get stained, the player slows down. Jake needs to remove the mud from his clothes to regain speed, otherwise the policeman catches him. There are 2 choices, normal detergent powder and Surf Excel liquid. On choosing normal detergent powder, stains are lightened, not completely removed, but choosing Surf Excel liquid completely removes stains and fills the water bar.
Imagine being in a supermarket. You're shopping, you're waiting, your children are restless. You see our gaming kiosk, you try out our new version of Subway Surfer with Surf Excel. You give it a shot now, you'll want to download it later. Additionally, we also plan to launch purpose-led digital ads featuring Miss Excel on Surf Excel liquid matic packaging. Moreover, in line with initiating large-scale behavior change to conscious, responsible buying behavior, we want to give a real-world push with waste collection marathons as mass engagement events and educational trips and science fairs with children, where we make our present and future consumers question what goes into their products about biodegradability and sustainability now, and make responsible buying decisions later. Apart from our short-term activation goals, it's also important to look at the bigger picture of sustainability, which we intend to do through our water conservation and plastic reduction partnerships.
Now let's talk numbers. For this campaign, we project a cost of around 32 crores, which we've broken down into around 88% for marketing efforts, which we further broken down into around 36% for digital ads and around 30% each for discount coupons and gaming kiosks. We aim to acquire and add 7 lakh new households into the liquids family within the next 6 months, bringing the CAC to around 438 rupees. Assuming a lifespan of about 2 years, we project a revenue of around 110 crores, which brings the LTV to 1,500, and the LTV to CAC ratio of around 3.4, which is significantly higher than the industry benchmarks. In a nutshell, we intend to awaken our consumers' conscious as we help them revisit their childhood the Unilever way. Thank you.
So hi, great presentation. My question to you is, what are the 2 or 3 big drivers to industry-beating CAC that you just pointed out at 438? What do you think really brings it down, both in terms of your content and your integration?
Sure. So one, Surf Excel in itself is such a well-known and household brand that you would not need, very expensive product launch sort of a campaign to integrate, to acquire new households to get them on the journey. Secondly, we are using very engagement-driven sort of marketing efforts. For example, you would have seen gaming kiosks. Gaming kiosks are not a very common concept when it comes to India. But here you could integrate them within your existing distributor model with modern trade, all right? And you could get the ball rolling with them, which will not cost as much as marketing effort does. So to summarize, it's number one, your existing user, your brand loyalty, so as to put it. And secondly, your low-cost marketing efforts, which are more engagement-driven than reach-driven.
And next up, we have Team Sublime from ASPJN Institute of Management and Research. All right, so your time starts now.
We'd like to start our presentation by celebrating women who are a timeless inspiration to millions of Indians. They're a testament to the fact that no woman should be held back from reaching her true potential. Now, coming to our gaming integration, the game that we've chosen is Sims 4. This is a lifestyle simulation game that helps you explore your creativity to whatever extent you want. Let me give you a walkthrough of our gaming integration idea.
This is Dove in association with Sims 4. Introducing AR-enabled avatar creation to flaunt the real you in the game. We add new traits in lieu with Dove's vision for the players. Engage in AI-enabled positive conversations with the NPCs, understand satisfaction levels, compete in new leaderboards, and earn exclusive Dove credits. Come, be a part of the communities at the roundtables, and do check out the Dove Club. Better moisturizing, better satisfaction. Take care of your sim by using Dove products.
We came across these 4 methods that help accelerate the mindset and subsequent behavioral changes. And through this integration, we have covered all the 4. Firstly, we plan to onboard real-life icons like Mithali Raj, Avni Lekharia, Rani Rampal on the game to host talk shows. Through our NPC conversations, when we reward players for replying in certain ways, they are more likely to analyze and change the way they converse with others. Developing a new talent and skills through the Dove sagas would also be an effective way of introducing a collaborative mindset. Lastly, we understand the importance of positive reinforcements, and we have included in-game tangible rewards for the same.
Now, we aim to reach maximum women by generating traction through primarily 3 channels: brand support, partnership, and media push. The Sims comes under the banner of EA, and we can use EA's game existing marketing channels to promote the integration. Along with this, HUL's wide-reaching PR campaign can help tap more and more players onto the game.
Great presentation. 2 doubts I have in my mind. One, I don't see this integration to be very organic. 2, while I see a change in the behavior or the self-esteem going up, I don't see how that translates into a purchasing behavior change.
So when we're talking about the target audience, which is women living in tier 1 cities from the age of 18 to 35 years, these are women who are now becoming very conscious of the choices that they are making. And one of the mindset changes that we wanted to inculcate through our gaming integration was that we wanted to change the purchase intent from basically beauty standards to brand benefits. So that is how we tend to move this purchasing intent. And I do agree that it is not going to be an overnight thing. It will require some time to shift, but through our integration and through the mindset changes that we propose, we would be able to bring this change.
Thanks.
All right. Thank you, Team Sublime. Thank you so
everyone.
much.
CNBC-TV18 and Hindustan Unilever Limited present Lessons in Marketing Excellence, Season 14. CNBC-TV18 and Hindustan Unilever Limited present Lessons in Marketing Excellence, Season 14.
Let's welcome our next team on the stage, Team Boost from Indian School of Business. All right, your time starts now.
Hi, everyone. I'm sure you figured out by now, given our team name, that we've chosen the brand Boost for our gamification. While conducting primary research, we realized that kids today play a very big role in influencing parents in their purchasing decisions. So much so that we can safely say that kids are the TG for our product category. And this TG has a massive need for increased stamina and energy for better sporting performance.
Given Boost's lifelong association with cricket and WCC's pan-India reach, these two are the perfect combination to establish in the TG's mind that Boost prepares them for success. Further, our in-game integration makes brand communication very focused and targets the right set of consumers among the app's 10.7 million monthly active users, thereby making Boost and WCC a winning gaming integration.
So there are multiple touchpoints, though, where you can discover Boost on the WCC platform. Starting with the push notifications where users are made aware of the gaming integration. But as the user opens the WCC app, the daily reward screen pops up, which includes both the normal rewards and the Boost 3x rewards. In order to win the Boost 3x rewards, though, the user needs to answer 3 simple questions, which are again there to reiterate Boost's key message. That is gender, age, and status don't matter. It's all about stamina. So via the game and these 3 touchpoints, we aim to drive 3 customer actions. 1, associate Boost with stamina. 2, increase top-of-the-mind awareness. And 3, increase word of the mouth amongst peers. But to truly drive this message home, that stamina matlab Boost, we need to push via both online and offline activation parallelly. To increase awareness and drive users to play with the Boost 11 team on WCC, we plan to run an influencer marketing campaign with some of the most popular gaming influencers in India.
Our campaign will require a total budget of rupees 3.1 crores for executing the various expenses under the heads of gaming integration, social media, and offline initiatives. Over a period of 6 months, we expect to acquire about 270,000 customers. And at a minimum purchase frequency of at least 1 bottle in these 6 months, this customer base will give us a gross profit equal to the total budget required to execute this plan. So our campaign will comfortably break even in the first half itself. Additionally, at 50% retention rate over the next 6 months, it will generate enough margins on an annual basis to fund similar campaigns in future periods. Hence, this is a self-sustaining project that can create a virtuous cycle of improvements in Boost's top-of-mind recall and enable it to own the stamina attribute, thus truly establishing in the minds of TG that stamina matlab Boost.
I just had a question around purpose, because this particular round is all about purpose. So I somehow missed the purpose integration because I saw that partnership with public schools or something was coming. So what is the purpose that you've defined and how has that been integrated in the game?
So the purpose of Boost is to make children believe that with stamina, that all that matters in this game is stamina. It's not about where you come from. It's not about your gender. It's not about your status. It's all about stamina. Hence, our initiative of going to all these public schools is also to give these underdogs a chance, saying that if it is all about stamina, we're ready to provide you with the back end and go ahead and perform. Okay. Thank you.
A big round of applause for the third team. Let me now welcome our next team for the evening, a very interesting name, Team Dracula, from Indian Institute of Management Studies, Ahmedabad. And your time starts now.
Okay, good evening. As first-time hostelers away from home, we truly dread our weekly laundry. It is a cumbersome process of calling our mothers and asking what products to use and how much to use each time. Hence, the 3 of us immediately resonate with the brand Surf Excel. A leading innovator in detergents, this brand is a common household name. However, its newest product, the Smart Shots, are far from known in the market. The ideal target market for Smart Shots would be 2 categories. First, the 20 to 30-year-old upper middle class bachelors from Tier 1 and Tier 2 urban cities, earning over, let's say, rupees 5 lakh annually. And second would be 30 to 40-year-old family individuals belonging to the urban upper or middle income strata and mostly with both the adults working. The key pain points across our target audiences are time, high complexity, and stain removal. After gaining this kind of understanding of our consumers, we charted out our objectives. The key job to be done for us is number 1, to increase the awareness of Smart Shots, and number 2, to reduce the gap between the awareness and the trial stage.
We would integrate Smart Shots into 3 different games, both casual and serious. The key objective here is subliminal awareness of the Smart Shots logo and benefits while ensuring gaming experience integrity. In Jungle Marble Blast, there would be a dual integration, where one is in the gaming application and another one is on the Smart Shots box with the help of augmented reality. This is how the box would look like. In the game, Smart Shots will be provided at rare intervals. The shots would lead to a blast with a washing animation with the text and a voice saying, "That's a Smart Shot." Now, in Angry Gran Run, the game would include players getting their clothes dirty and then running from their seemingly angry gran, invoking a sense of nostalgia. After each game, our main integration would come in. Here, the child is sad about getting his clothes angry. However, the gran is still affectionate. And in a blink, the clothes would get cleaned. This reinforces Surf Excel's message, "Daag achhe hain," to the consumers.
Now, we'll also be looking at the additional marketing measures costs, which have a total estimated spending of 6.8 crores. And we plan to invest 60 lakh in social media marketing, and the impact of this could be extrapolated using the cost per 1,000 impressions. The advertisements in the high-end retail stores will cost around 3 crores, and the sampling plan will cost around 3.12 crores, which have been calculated using the number of detergents packaging sold in Tier 1 and Tier 2 cities and the cost of a Smart Shot. And the final element of our cost structure is the HR cost, which is estimated at 38 lakhs. We are open for questions.
Okay, let me give it a shot. Thank you, team, for your presentation. I really like the way you started. So my question is, were the integrations specific enough to drive the format of Smart Shots?
Firstly, in all our integrations, especially in Jungle Marble Blast and Call of Duty, a shot is shot at the target area. So a shot is really embedded into the consumer's mind. So that is where a Smart Shot comes in. Also, it's just a single shot that is doing all kinds of cleaning for the end consumers. That is where we believe that Smart Shots are really separated from detergents or liquid detergents.
Let's welcome Team Divergent from Indian School of Business.
Good evening, everyone. Today, we are pitching for Lifebuoy as a brand for the gaming integration in rural India targeted towards 25 to 34 years age group who are the key decision makers and generally parents or on the verge of parenthood. Hand washing with soap is triggered by visible dirt in rural India. No dirt means no hand wash. And secondly, hand wash is a forgetful act and not considered critical. Thus, we believe Lifebuoy can create a difference in bridging this awareness gap because of its functional and emotional benefits targeted at providing healthy and hygienic life. But how do we achieve this key job to be done? Constantly remind consumers that hand washing is essential to be protected from unseen germs. Through this idea, we want to empower 13 crore people and bring about that positive change. Talking beyond infection prevention, good health can lead 60 more school days per child, leading to a better future.
Our touchpoints in the game look like the user shakes hands with other players and the message pops up, "Not all dirt are visible. Wash your hands to kill invisible germs." The safety stoppage points in Ludo King will be replaced with Lifebuoy logo to give a subtle message to the user, "With Lifebuoy, you're protected." Every user gets 2 Lifebuoy Protect cards in the beginning of the game that the user can use to protect itself from being pawned by the opponent. Once the user reaches to the home base, the user gets a message that now you have reached home, don't forget to wash your hands. Once the game ends, the user gets to share victory card. With every converted referral, the user earns Lifebuoy Protect card.
When it comes to the advertising budget, we propose a total of 15 CR to successfully launch the campaign. More than 50% of the budget will be spent on our integration with Ludo King. As and when the campaign progresses, we will see genuine change in behavior with respect to hand washing. Through the campaign, we can aim to add an incremental turnover of 101 CR after 1 year and 368 CR in the next 5 years.
Thank you very much for the great presentation. Why have you chosen rural India as an audience? And what is, hand washing as a concept, yes, is equally important everywhere. And so just your perspective on that.
we thought that COVID-19 would have brought a very big change, but eventually we realized that people are regressing back to the old habits of washing hands just 2 to 3 times a day. And that's when we realized that this is a message that needs to be enforced constantly so that people become aware. And right now, if we talk about LiveBoy, specifically in rural India, I mean, that is the brand which people know, that has awareness. But that top-of-mind awareness still needs to be generated, and that needs that constant recall. And that's where we all were aligned that we should choose LiveBoy and target it at one particular segment, and specifically that 24 to 35 years age group. Like I already said, those are decision makers. Those can drive change. Those are the parents who can actually make their children develop those lifelong habits.
CNBC-TV18 and Hindustan Unilever Limited present Lessons in Marketing Excellence, Season 14. CNBC-TV18 and Hindustan Unilever Limited present Lessons in Marketing Excellence, Season 14.
We are at the last leg of this competition. Let's put our hands together for the final presentation for the day. Team Case planners from I.M. Bangalore will be presenting virtually, and this provision is provided to them only because they have exams scheduled today.
Good evening, everyone. We are here to present our campaign for brand Surf Excel and specifically Surf Smart Shots. So the target audience we selected is urban households with washing machine, and we found that the decision-making units are homemakers who are above the age of 25. The communication we want to put forward is that Daag Se Rukna Nahi. And we have selected Candy Crush Saga as our game to integrate this campaign, and we estimate around 44 million impressions to this campaign. Coming to the gaming integration, we selected Candy Crush Saga and we added a detour to the existing line. So we want to be as non-intrusive as possible so that people can select if they want to go into this Surf Excel route. Here we meet a kid who goes on his adventures and accumulates dirt over time, which are each of these levels. And at the end of certain levels, he goes back home and is sad that he got dirt on his shirt and he cannot go back. This is where his mom reassures him that you did not stop and I'll take care of it. So this is where the interface changes, and each of the tiles that are frozen are basically a stain, stench, and damaged fabric. So to break through these, they have to make multiple matches. And for this, they need a power-up, which is Surf Smart Shot, which breaks everything in one shot.
So we are using the trial methodology, where once the user crosses a set of label, we will provide them with three free shot samples. We'll redirect them to the U-Shop, where they will avail those shots, and there will be a leadership board, and the national leadership board where the top 3 performers will get the free sample shot for 3 months. And the key performance indicator that we are trying to track here is the number of Excel mode switches once the campaign is launched, and once the user get a free coupon, whether they are availing them or not. And finally, the number of revisit the user is doing after availing those free coupons.
Now, the next thing which comes to our way is actually determining the cost per impression for the Candy Crush, right? But so this is how we plan to benchmark. We actually benchmark the advertising industry pay, which is around INR 0.75. But why would still Candy Crush do that, right? One thing we thought was HUL will bring these many users onto the platform, but then Candy Crush being a brainchild of Microsoft, or Activision Blizzard being acquired by Microsoft, it still will get that brand perspective, right? So that's where our second boundary condition of customer lifetime value comes up. And the customer lifetime value that we've assumed is that of one shot pack, that is 300 value, which we took it from the U-Shop. Now, which obviously earns us a revenue of 331 million from the 1.1 million users that we've acquired. And taking into technology costs and sampling costs, we are left with around INR 100 million. That translates to partnership costs, which in way translates to around 2.3 INR for the cost per impression. Now, this is 3 times of what our typical advertising industry would give, right? And that's where the main value proposition for Candy Crush comes up. Now, like this is what from us from the budgeting end. We would just like to end by saying that Daag Se Rukna Nahi, and never get down and take those weird adventures that you want to take up. Yeah, that's it from us. We are open to questions.
I just wanted your articulation of the purpose that you
the brand purpose that you wanted to integrate in the game? I mean, I couldn't locate the brand purpose.
Yes, so when it comes to the game, what we wanted to show is that the homemaker is tensed about her family not going out and exploring because they have failed or they've fallen. So through this game, we are showing that the kid who accumulates dirt over time, he comes back saying that feeling sad about getting dirt. And here is where we want to integrate surf to show that surf is enabling them to restart that exploration journey that they want.
And now it's time for our jury to tabulate the scores and tell us who is winning the prize of 10 lakhs. All right, our jury has come to a consensus and we have our scores tabulated. We got to witness a close contest and now it's time to find out which team has won over the judges. With that, let me welcome Mr. Siddharth Kedia and Mr. Vishal Kondal on stage to present fifth runner-up for the evening. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for our fifth runners-up for the evening, Team Dracula. Moving on to the fourth runner-up of the evening, and this position is backed by Team Boost. To give the next set of awards, let me welcome on stage Mr. Deepak Subramaniam and Mr. Govind Pandey. All right then, let's see who made it to the third runner-up position here at the L.I.M.E Season 14 finale, and it is Team 3 Marketeers. All right then, second runners-up. And the award goes to Case Planners. For the next and final set of awards, let me welcome Mr. Srinandan Sundaram and Mr. Mohit Joshi on stage to present the trophy and cash prize to the first runner-up of the evening. And the first runner-up for the evening is Team Sublime. That means the winner of L.I.M.E Season 14 is Team Divergent. May I first have Team Sublime on stage, please? Put your hands together for Team Sublime. May I now invite the winners of L.I.M.E Season 14, Team Divergent. From Indian School of Business, Sambuddha Ghosh, Vandana Sharma and Shreya. Presenting you the new winners of L.I.M.E Season 14, Team Divergent from Indian School of Business. Well, congratulations to our winners and thank you everyone who tuned into this exciting finale today.
CNBC-TV18 and Hindustan Unilever Limited present Lessons in Marketing Excellence Season 14.
Focus, ideate, innovate, enable.